You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show, the best place to be for all of your New York sport content. I'm Dominic Konareski. The New York Knicks are currently 5-6 in their win-loss column, giving them 9th in the NBA Eastern Conference. With that, the last game they played was a New York matchup against the Brooklyn Nets. The very, very dysfunctional Brooklyn Nets. Well, the Nets were anything but dysfunctional that night against the New York Knicks, putting up triple digits. It was a 112-85 win for the Brooklyn team, as the New York Knicks were not even able to break 90 points in their loss, putting them below 500. Coming into that game, they had a plus-minus differential of 0. They've been playing very average, very mid-basketball this season, and it's not cutting it. Something needs to be done. You had, in the preseason, it was all hyped up, the big three: Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and R.J. Barrett. Jalen Brunson, of course, the New York Knicks went out and got the former Villanova player who has 4 years of experience under his belt, signed him for a massive contract, and he has not done anything big. 19.2 points per game, 4 total rebounds, and 6.8 assists. Biggest thing I've noticed from the New York Knicks left shooting point guard is that he plays very, very slow. And he makes it all about him. He's too much worried about his own stats compared to everyone else on the team. He does not pass the ball that much, and it's very slow-moving play when he's out on the court. When Derrick Rose is on the court, though, coming off the bench, 6-man, everything's faster. There's a lot more passing. Game is going a lot faster. But the thing is, though, the New York Knicks are scoring. Overall this season, through the 11 games, Jalen Brunson has not impressed me whatsoever. He has not. His three-point shooting percentage is at .295. Right now, that's a career low. Last season, he got 373. Career high for him came in the 2020-2021 season at .405. Overall, Jalen Brunson is a great player. We all know that. But so far through those 11 games, he has not proved any of that with the New York Knicks. It's looking to be a very early sign of what has been a signing bust, something that the Knicks are all too much familiar with, and it's frustrating. And it comes down to coaching, though. Coaching plays a big part. The New York Knicks under head coach Tom Thibodeau, who grew up as a New York Knicks fan, was their coach since the 2020-2021 NBA season, brought them to a 41-31 record in what was the COVID-shortened season, led the New York Knicks to the playoffs. Of course, they were eliminated in the first round against the Atlanta Hawks. Last season, Knicks finished below 500, 37-45. Of course, did not even make the play-in tournament. They were contenders for that, though, near the end of the season, but things just slipped away for the inconsistent team. And now this season, they're below 500. Tom Thibodeau with the New York Knicks has a record of 83-82. That's a .503 winning percentage. He's just one game above 500 in his third season. Should Tom Thibodeau be fired? No, but he is on the brink of being fired. He has not put up the results that the front office has wanted him to do. The New York Knicks have a lot of pieces on their team. Undoubtedly, they do. This is a team that may not go out and win the East, but this is a top 5 team easily. You got Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Obi Toppin, who I think should be starting. He's been popping off this season. Evan Fournier, who's a three-point beast. Emmanuel Quickly, I would keep that guy coming off the bench because you know what, he's not quite ready to be a starter, but he comes off the bench and he puts up a lot of points. He lives up to his name. He scores very quickly. And then you have Isaiah Hartenstein, Cam Reddish, who should be starting. Let's all be honest, he 100% should be starting in place of Evan Fournier. Switch Cam Reddish over to the shooting guard position. That would be perfect. Derrick Rose, this is a guy who provides a veteran mentality. Mitchell Robinson having a very solid season. Jericho Sims, Miles McBride, two young guys out of Quentin Grimes in there. This Knicks have a very solid young core. I'm very surprised on just how much the New York Knicks have struggled, especially with the relationships too. So with that, Tom Thibodeau, right now he should not be fired, but give him 5 more games. Let's say the New York Knicks end up winning 2 out of their next 5. That will put them multiple games below 500. That'll put them 4 games below 500, if I'm correct. 3 or 4 games. This is a team that could make the playoffs. But at what point are you going to wait for that change to happen? It's going to have to happen before the All-Star break, and with that, I don't think, if the way the Knicks keep playing how they are, I do not think that Tom Thibodeau will be the coach, and that is the New York Knicks' biggest problem. They're being held back by a coach who just has not been able to live up to the hype. He had one good season where it was a shortened schedule season, and since then he has had the New York Knicks play mediocre basketball when they have been far from a mediocre team. He does not play players because he personally does not like them. He doesn't care about their skills. If he does not like a player personally, he will not give them enough playing time no matter how effective they are on the court, and that is the biggest problem. Tom Thibodeau has too much of an ego, and that ego is making the New York Knicks lose multiple games and start below 500 through their first 11 games this season.